You know, it's been a lot of hard work. This year, back in May, we had a pretty good storm that came through, took out some of our infrastructure, and so we've had to pivot and make some pretty solid changes internally and externally with the grounds. And love to be able to show that stuff to you guys before you leave today. But you know, we really have had a really solid time from then to now with our folks stepping up. You know, we have a group of 7 core organizations that are part of the Poteet Strawberry Festival Association. It's been in existence since 1948, and I've been active with the Strawberry Festival Association for 21 years, and I've been on the board for 7. And this is my first year as president, and I can say that I'm very proud of all of the hard work that we've done, the relationships that we've grown and made stronger over this past year. I know that our growers have been a huge asset for us. We have their president comes to all of our meetings. He's present at each of those. He is on our Poteet Strawberry Festival Foundation, so he's on that board. And I tell you, it's a very symbiotic relationship. I feel like, you know, you're not going to have one without the other.
Strawberries are a big part of this festival, and the Mother Nature hasn't been so great.
No, yeah, not this year. You know, this year, unlike others, I believe that there were a few early on that had some issues with some of the plants that they planted, and then as you had heard from Ms. Perez, man, they had issues with heat, and then of course right there in February you had issues with the extreme cold. And you know, the thing about like she said, that they do as growers, it's very labor intensive. I mean, everything is by hand. You know, the only thing that really gets done by machine is putting the plastic down, and after that it's all by hand planting, picking. I mean, the whole thing is by hand. And so you know that you are dedicated to your craft when you get out on your hands and knees and you do it. You know, to me, and I've said it my entire life, you know, growing up and farming and ranching, there's a reason that we get on our hands and knees, and that's to pray to our God. And I'll tell you what, when you are a farmer, you are closer to God. And I do believe that thing. I believe that very thing. And the reason I say it is, man, you take a seedling or a very young plant and you say a prayer and you plant that thing, and then you watch it grow, you nurture it, and then you reap the harvest. And, you know, really, all of our folks, all of our growers, you know, they live and breathe that lifestyle, and they are good people. They really are. You know, you're people of the earth. And, you know, we always, when we talk about folks from the rural areas, you know, you hear it said a lot of times that they're the salt of the earth. You know, there's a lot of truth to that statement, but they're good people. And I very much enjoy working with all of them.
That's great. Now, this isn't something new with the issues with Mother Nature. It looks like we've had droughts for years. You know, what's going on, and how do you deal with that?
You know, I know that in my job, we do deal with the National Weather Service a lot on a day-to-day basis, actually. You know, we'd like to know what the weather is going to look like, what the long-range forecast is going to look like. And, you know, people can blame it on many things. Sometimes it's blamed on climate change and other things. But I can say that the extremes are where our farmers have the toughest time. Most of them have water systems that come from the ground, whether that is a submersible system, like a well, you know, something that's they're watering with groundwater. You know, with the way that they're planted nowadays, it is a benefit to get rainwater, but that drip system definitely keeps down a lot of what we would normally lose to evaporation. With that plastic and that drip system underneath, I mean, you're actually getting that water. It stays within that plastic. It gets to those roots. So, you know, you really don't lose a lot to evaporation. But like I said, those extremes, if it's way too hot, don't get me wrong, a strawberry plant is like any other plant. It has to have quite a bit of sun in order to grow and be healthy. But it can get too much, just like anything else. Too much of a good thing can be bad. And so whenever you have those days and it just, you know, it burns those plants, or you have those days and it's so cold that we get down and have those frigid temperatures, I mean, it hurts those plants. And you know, it doesn't necessarily kill them all the time, you know, with severe cold or severe heat, but it stunts that growth. And man, right now, I mean, our folks, their window of being able to have fruit on those berries because of the extremes has kind of tightened. That window has kind of tightened for them. So we feel very blessed that as you saw in that flat of strawberries that she was holding, you know, that's from, you know, that's a beautiful set of strawberries from a plant that's healthy. And man, we can't wait to get everybody out here to the Strawberry Festival to enjoy those.
Yeah, tons of people are coming here. Do we have the need? I know that we're using these strawberries here. We have many food vendors. Many people are going to be taking these strawberries home. Do we have the need for all the people coming? Oh,
absolutely. Here's the thing. Many of our nonprofit organizations in our area, whether it's Atascosa County, some from San Antonio, you have our churches, you have your FFA, you have many other nonprofits that come in here, our local chamber of commerce. You know, they'll sell their items, and our chamber of commerce, and you know, I kind of mentioned it earlier, they sell what we call strawberry nachos. And basically it's a small buñuelo, and then they put their strawberries on top of it, and they put the whipped cream on top of that. And if you want anything else, the nuts or anything else on top of that, chocolate maybe, and those, oh man, I can get carried away with that pretty quickly. But we also have like our Grange, our local Poteet Grange, man, they sell a wonderful strawberry shortcake, as does our Masonic Lodge here in town. And man, it's a good time to be had for all, but it's a lot of good food too. Man, these nonprofit organizations that come in here and cook, and we have everything from good Mexican food to turkey legs to burgers, you name it, fajita tacos. I mean, it's just good food. And then of course, you know, the availability of adult beverages is on location. For if you're an adult and you come out, please do that responsibly. And we want everybody to always do that. You know, if you come out and you celebrate with us at Strawberry Festival, please be responsible. And we want you to come have a good time, but we also want you to get home safely. And you know, make sure your family and all of the families that are coming here to be safe.
Absolutely. My mouth is watering as you're naming all the food that are going to be here. So it sounds amazing. What is something new and unique this year that people can expect?
So you know, this year we're actually starting on Thursday. That's something that we've not done in years past. Our local artist, David Ligarza, he's going to be playing on Thursday. We'll have the Ranch Road Band right before them. So we're going to open the gates at 6 p.m. on Thursday, and we'll be here till they close, probably right around 10:30, 11 o'clock. But man, you know, this is really a good way to kick off the festival. You can go online, you can get your gate passes for that night. There's no charge to come in the gate. So you can go online, and I think you can get up to 4 whenever you go online per your IP address. Everybody's allowed to get 4, but you get to come in and get into the gate for free. Come out and enjoy the carnival. We'll have a world-class carnival, unlike we've had in any years before. They said they're going to bring out a couple of their roller coasters, large roller coasters. I think they've got a 175-foot swing tower. It's just going to be a much different than we've had in years past, but in a good way. It's very positive. We're going to have a beer garden. That the Glacier Beverages, they're actually hosting the beer garden this year. We've never had that before. That's all brand new. Our old main stage area, that's where that will be. Folks can come in, sit down, and actually enjoy food, enjoy beverages in that area. Whenever there's not an act on the stage, we'll have DJs playing music, and people can just come in and just take in the sights and sounds of the Strawberry Festival and just enjoy themselves. And that's what we want them to do.
Anything else I'm leaving out that you think is beneficial for the story? I mean, ticket-wise, how much they're costing that people should know before they come?
Well, I know that I can't give you the amounts because I don't know them off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I should know that. Right now the tickets are on sale. I mean, you can go in. We do have our entertainment lineup this year is great. We have a number of different styles of music for each of the nights. You know, we still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And you know, you can go to our website, you can see who all is going to be performing. Man, I feel so horrible that I don't know them off the top of my head, but I can tell you it'll be unlike years past. I know that one of the acts that everybody's talking about on Saturday night is a gentleman by the name of Mexican OT. That's his stage name, I guess. And Drody is going to be playing with him, and I know that we have had just on our ticket sales online, we see that Saturday night is going to be pretty busy because of him. He's very popular from the Houston area. I know we've just got so much going on. I wish I could remember all of it so that I could regurgitate it, but yeah, we've got a lot of entertainment. William Beckman will be playing Sunday night, so basically Sunday during the day is going to be your country acts on the main stage. Now our Lions Club also will have acts down there, and they'll have like your Colby Coopers and some of those other like Texas artists, and all of our small stages will have stuff going on. If you've never been to the Strawberry Festival, man, you really got to come out and experience it at least one time to see what it's all about. And the good thing about it is if you come out and experience it the way we're going to do it this year, it is going to be unlike years past, and I think that it's just going to be so much better than it has been, and I mean that in a good, solid, positive way. And man, we are so excited to get this thing kicked off.
Awesome, sounds exciting. Now, how many people were you expecting? I know we talked about this a little.
So you know, we get asked the question often. We use the number around 100,000 during the weekend. I want to say that number is low because we have not in years past been able to track that. We will be able to track those numbers this year and have that data. You know, in anything that we do, data is important, and so we want to be able to set measures in place moving on to the future years, and to ensure that, you know, we make all years from here on out better and better and better, to make sure that we attract the folks to come here and to enjoy what we have here at the Poteet Strawberry Festival.
Amazing. Anything else I'm leaving out?
Again, like I said, we are a 51% or more establishment, right? So when you come in these gates, you can't bring any kind of weapon in. You got to be sure, if you're a lady, have a clear bag. Know that you will be going through a set of metal detectors that will detect if you have anything on you. Any kind of strollers are subject to be searched. So we just want everybody to know all of this up front and to be safe. We do have $10 parking in our parking lots that surround us here. And I think other than that, man, we just want everybody to come out and have a great time.
Sounds great. Now, how many farmers do you have that come out here?
There's 34 growers, correct? 38 growers. Oh, that's right, because we added 4 more. I'm sorry. We did. The Rotary, like you know, Ms. Perez was saying, the Rotary did add 4 new growers with their program that they started, and so they gave a grant to those 4 new growers. We have 38 now, so we should have 38 growers out here.
That's awesome. A lot of hard work.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing that I do want to say is that if for some reason somebody can't make it out, or if they come out here and they run out of berries, like they completely sell out, which we hope they do, we hope our growers do, know that you can still go to Cossub Farms, you can still go to, you know, some Sanchez Farms, Sotex, I mean some of these others, and you can buy 4G berries. I mean, like the 4G Farms, you can go out here and you can buy these berries from these folks after the festival is over, usually through late May. Sometimes it's a little shorter than that, and sometimes it can go a little over. But, you know, folks, just because you don't make it here, don't mean you can't get fresh strawberries.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chris.
Oh, you're welcome. Of course.